I mean, honestly, we all knew it would happen, we just didn't know when. Was this 3D modeled by a few children? Kindergartner with construction paper? This is weird. Level 1 column design, level 100. We all knew it would happen though. Zeus was the first to kind of get an idea that it was happening. So he gathered all the leaders from the other factions and brought them together. And even though the Monkey King decided, hey, it might be fun to hit the king in the nuts, and there's a crow attacking him. I don't know, I guess nobody likes the king. But they were all gathered, the leaders. Wait, you're not a leader? But I guess you are smaller than a siege tank. That the modern faction was invading and looking to take over all of the other factions through sheer force. And guess what they brought? Not a very strangely positioned minigun. I mean, it is all about size, isn't it? But they brought in the power of artificial intelligence, or I guess remote-controlled heavy weapons of mass destruction, drones. I mean, next we'll be fighting off Terminators. Oh yeah. But the Air Force has working ballistic missiles that can be fired from the air. They brought the Air Forces. Interestingly enough, the modern faction's scouting party consisted of a bunch of dudes with shields. Some of which were armed with, you know, semi-automatic firearms, and others just big old sticks because, you know what, I guess it's just history that teaches us the man with the bigger stick, or minigun, I guess, as we saw earlier. That's a big stick. Has a good chance. But remember, to invade all of the Tabs factions, you're first gonna have to start with the Ancient faction. And it looks like shields and sticks is the way of the war, and you know what, not much has changed, except for the fact that we may hold our firearms above our head. I mean, it is... That is an interesting way to do it, but remember, shields are really good, especially when your enemies are armed with throwing spears and giant rocks. So, let's go ahead and... Oh man, giant rocks are pretty good at defeating dudes with shields. Who would have thought that the physical impact of a giant rock would knock somebody over? So while boulder throwers seem to be the most effective unit at stopping the modern faction, at least at this moment, they also have body armor, which can help protect them. Like, look at this. This guy's got a shield in what should have been a pretty critical spot to kill him and knock him out of the battle, but here he stands. So the scouting party of the modern faction is running through the Ancients. Wait till you see... Oh, okay, carry him by the leg, why don't you? Wait till you see the number of crazy units that we have. So while it looked like... What is this man doing? Is he doing the Macarena or something? Like, oh man, he's pooping. Okay. The modern faction has a ton of units you can see here. From battlefield medics, all the way up to snipers, flamethrowers, miniguns, drones, and even Air Force vehicles. But the tribal leader, the Bone Mage, just decided to bring in a little super weapon of his own. The tank of the ancient world. The Woolly Mammoth. I believe that's how you pronounce it. He's got dudes that may have broken their neck, but they still decided to fight, and the modern faction decided to change things up. Reach out and touch someone. How about with some fully automatic firepower firing 5.56, and I don't know what this one fires, but it's big and it's dangerous looking. So let's go ahead and see how the modern faction can deal with this. Oh my god. So these guys' shields, oh, he just got hit in the nuts with a giant rock. That's gotta hurt. Guess he doesn't care though, he's back up. Oh, okay, he does care because he's dead. What just happened? Okay, the Bone Mage is out here. He's doing a pretty good job fighting this. But remember, if you anger the modern faction, I don't know, by like spearing them in the head, they're gonna retaliate, man. They've got an assortment of weaponry, but nothing seems to scare giant animals more than explosives. And always remember that grenades come in at least a few varieties, one of which is hand-thrown, and the other is tube-launched out of this amazing-looking grenade launcher. And look at this man's armor. I don't know why, but his head with the helmet like that reminds me of that game Worms. Did you guys ever play Worms? Anyway, let's see if these explosives are what it's gonna take. Hold on. Oh, dude, so that's a 40mm grenade round that was fired at pretty high speed out of there. You can even see some of these bullets, which, what I love about this mod is the bullets are actually bullets, not little musket balls. Like, look at that. That looks, whoa, like a freaking bullet. Okay, so that's a grenade round going off right in front of the Bone Mage's face. Oh, dude, he just got so lucky. He just pulled the Matrix right here, I think, and dodged another 40mm grenade round. These things are being fired. Oh, Bone Mage, rest in pepperonis. And by rest in pepperonis, I mean, I guess it's not bedtime yet. But I do want a pepperoni pizza now that I'm thinking about it out loud. This guy is the Blitz shield unit, and he's got this incredible ability. He, like, deflects incoming projectiles. I don't know what that's all about. Is this thing, like, kind of like, you know, reactive armor where it'll explode or something like that? So let's see how good the mammoth is doing now that we've got explosives. See, I guess the mammoth is dead. But this guy is gonna have to face multiple enemies, and those rocks are really, really effective. Yeah, doing just like that. Knocking this guy down. Hold on. Wait, what if I take command? Oh, wrong button! Wrong button! If I take command, bad things happen. Ooh! So I was a little bit wrong. Grenades come at least in 3 varieties. Oh my god, he's a spider face. Hand thrown, launched in the rocket propelled variety. So we've got the RPG, we've got the shields. Basically, the modern faction was like, you know what, if they're gonna line up in phalanx formation with shields up front, we're gonna do it too. And we're also gonna kill our own men because we're idiots. And friendly fire is clearly a thing in war. It just seems to be more of a problem for the modern faction than anybody else. I don't entirely know why, but it is, so we didn't really see the RPG in action. He's dead. He blew himself up, and look at that. Grenades bouncing off of a mammoth. I mean, he's not called a tank for nothing, right? But he will eventually succumb to just, burning things. Burning up his wool. It'd be kind of cool. These guys are throwing directly at him. Okay. Ancient faction is conquered. But some of the modern factions' firepower can fire so many rounds. This is a box-fed light machine gun. These guys got twin Uzis. And just in case when you're like, hey, maybe they have armor that doesn't look like it should block bullets, but it might, you know, because the farmer faction decided to hold the bridge at all costs with, you know, artillery and cavalry support over here. They've got their leader, the Scarecrow, back there. An entire legion of the furriest-footed hobbits. But all of those things look flammable. And this is a flamethrower unit. That is the weirdest helmet I think I've ever seen. I don't know what's going on there. I don't want to know what's going on there. But these hobbits ain't want none of this flames, I'll tell you that. The potion sellers are making everybody dizzy. So we got bullets flying all over the place. I need to turn the volume down because I'm going deaf listening to the firepower. I'm not sure if... Look at this. I'm kind of... I love when these guys get a little bit, like, you know, dizzy and their Uzi's just like, what are you doing, man? Just watching this guy alone is just pure entertainment. The flamethrower guy doesn't look like he can be stopped. Maybe the gas mask is keeping him from being affected. Apples don't seem to do much other than slightly annoy him. And then all of the cavalry seems to have gotten distracted over here in the hayfields, which, by the way, is flammable. So the farmer faction didn't seem like it put on a very good show. So they're gonna have a second crack at it, this time bringing in, oh my god, this is like the Rohirrim from Rohan. You know, where's Gandalf? What is Gandalf? The issue here, though, is that the modern faction has the most advanced weapons of war, so they can simply adapt. You want firepower? How about 3 miniguns? Okay, they're all firing at the ground. So this is not at all as we intended it. You can see bullets flying in all directions. Eventually, they're gonna hit somebody. You know, like look at this guy. Who seems to just be like dragging his wheelbarrow and trying to like headbutt some of his own teammates. I don't know, maybe he's hopped up on fruit roll-ups and schnapps or something. I don't know what derpy looking farmers eat and drink while at work. So while the miniguns might not be effective, I'm fairly certain that these RPGs are gonna be, because we're about what? A fraction of a second from impact, and boom! There goes half of the cavalry force. The problem is now everyone's getting wrecked with apples, and they actually managed to hold off the heavy ballistics team from the modern faction. How will the modern faction respond? Well, with some dudes with shields and skirts, and then a bunch of snipers in the back here. Look at this. So I'm kind of curious how far they can fire. Their range seems to be the entirety of the map. These guys are supposed to distract them, and these guys are supposed to be shooting a lot faster, but I guess they are snipers, so they're gonna lure the enemy into driving off the cliff. The problem is, most of them are gonna get swept up with the wheelbarrows. Oh my god. Oh! Imagine having one of the coolest weapons and getting knocked out by a couple of happily boys. I think the problem was we put the snipers in the wrong spot. Snipers are always supposed to go in trees, right? So I'm gonna take command of one of these guys and just fire arbitrarily into the blue masses, because what we brought today was a line of shields, most of which have gotten knocked over, and then dudes with M249s, which have an incredible rate of fire and can put down a lot of lead down range. So most of these guys should be taken out, and you know who's next after the farmer faction is the medieval faction. What are you doing? Did he shoot himself? So normally you want to bring a gun, right? Well, if you don't have guns, quantity has a quality all of its own. Joseph Stalin apparently said that, allegedly. And this looks like a pretty big army by the medieval faction. But what if you got something called a little walkie-talkie, you know, and then a little side piece? Like, what could you do? Could you, I don't know, call in artillery strikes? Yes, you could. And everybody's dead, though. Well, I guess one of the things you can do is build concrete walls. That should prove a little bit difficult for some of these arrows to find their marks. Oh, hide behind cover. Dude, where's the artillery? Where are they? I gotta take command here. Oh my God, they're derping out on the wall. Get out of here! I need to reload, Charlie! Call in the artillery! Charlie, call in the... Charlie put his handgun over the wall. Alright, artillery strike may not be as awesome as I thought it was. He cost $10,000, so let's just put in a couple more of them. Alright, call in all of the artillery, will you please? Oh! Sons of biscuits, man! The archer's back there. I don't want to be an archer. I want to be a cool guy. Oh, I got an arrow in my neck, dude. Why? The modern faction is having a little bit of an issue. Y'all asked for it, okay? I mean, the modern faction is sick of having to be held back. Oh, yes. Flames and ragdoll physics. Oh, sir, you better watch out, because everyone just got headshotted perfectly? Oh, my God. That guy just got hit in the kidney. But those three dudes got straight up headshotted. So there we go. That's a little bit better. Step one for victory. Bring more firepower than the other guys. But one of the things I want to try out is this drone, right? So the drone is way up here. I don't even know how it can get shot. And oh God, he just fired. Oh, is this a Hellfire missile? Wait, that sounded like a oh my gosh. Look, they're just standing in place because they don't know what to do. Oh, after 2 shots, it dies. Okay, so let's put in a couple snipers in the trees back here, some spec ops guys, maybe with some laser sights calling in the drone strike, because generally drones need a target so they can use their cameras, but oftentimes they're, you know, coordinated with forces on the ground, right? So he's flying around all derpy like. I don't think he's got any more missiles left, so now it's just up to these snipers to take out the archers. But remember, these archers are pretty freaking accurate, man. I guess they were trained by Robin Hood himself. And you can hear the bullets just bouncing off of these stone walls. So there only 2 survived. The rest were taken out by arrows and rather questionable targets. But ultimately, these look pretty good. And while they kind of look like those dart guns in like Jurassic World that they used to shoot the pterodactyls with, I guess they could take out these guys as well. I think it's time we try out these battlefield medics, which they've got an inverted Swiss flag on their boxes, so maybe these things are laden with chocolates, which should increase morale, give the soldiers a sugar rush, and maybe, just maybe, help them be a little bit more accurate. So we've got 40mm grenade launchers. The Viking faction decided to come out in their traditional shield wall, and oh look, it's a frozen lake. Let's bring in our navy, right? It's the Viking way, the totally accurate Viking way. So shield walls versus shield walls. P90s, which everyone knows are OP if you've ever played a first-person shooter. Friendly fire by the modern faction, because why the heck not? It just seems like a good idea at the time. And you know what? The medics, where are those medics? Shotgunners, which are supposed to be on the front of the, you know, that's not how you shotgun. Oh, wait a second. They're dishing out the chocolates to each other. They kept each other alive, and they kept friendship strong. Which I guess is the ultimate goal, right? But what about this guy? He's called the lieutenant. If he does what I think he does, let's see. So what's the lieutenant armed with? It looks like he's got a FN scar, which, FN, isn't that Fabrique Nationale? Isn't that like a Belgian company? He's got a little dot sight. He's got some pretty good guns, but I think the lieutenant's an officer, right? So he's gonna call in some soldiers. Random reinforcements. He's got an M249, one of these crazy snipers. Who is this dude? A minigunner. Just popped up out of nowhere. So that's... Okay, he was reloading. Oh my god. Okay, so he called in his squad, but unfortunately, I'm not sure... Whoa. Oh yeah, minigunners are special, right? So what if I take... What if I take control of this guy? Hey, chill out. Chill out. I think that's me. I'm about to fall off the cliff, but if I played stick fight enough, I know that you can use... Ah! You can use it as like a jetpack, right? I can barely aim it, but I can still aim it a little bit. Oh my god, and the medic is keeping me alive. Hold on. Medic! Sorry, medic! I gotta use it as a jetpack. Alright, I'm reloading. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. I'm dragging my gun like a noob. There's a little bit of friendly fire. Hey, medic! And let's fire. Where are my bullets? It's really hard to see. We need like tracer rounds on this. What is happening? Do I have infinite health? Well, I guess I do because of the... Oh my god, he's frozen. I wish you could jump. This game needs like Tab G or Tab Z first person, or like control. There we go. Where am I firing? Okay, kind of up. Still very much up. All right, I'm starting to die now. Is that guy not dead? Where am I shooting? Okay, miniguns are totally weird. Now, let's see. In another one, if left to their own devices, who's he gonna call in this time? Medics really kept him alive. He did call in another medic, and he's got guys with Kalashnikovs. If anything I know, it's that the Russians and the Swedes are always like, wait, are we gonna go to war? And then they just keep building up arms. So it seems appropriate that dudes with Russian-made firepower are fighting Swedish Vikings. But the lieutenant's not enough, so let's just give 3 lieutenants. All right, that should be a pretty decent army. I want to be this guy. Let's see what his gun is. I'm gonna pull back. I mean, I know what his gun is, right? Not very good, is it? Oh, they're bringing boats. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. Get out of here! I'm frozen! What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Alright, I'm gonna call in this thing, which is the Osprey, right? It's the big plane, and it calls in paratroopers. So maybe, oh my god, it's luring in the berserkers. Look at this, man! Paratroopers invasion. Oh, that's somebody's P90. He's not having a good time. I guess that's what happens when you parachute right into the middle of a bunch of angry Vikings with battle axes. You're gonna have a bad time. But ultimately, the soldiers are spread all over. So even though Arnold's getting killed by the Ice Age over here, I think there's a chance. Where's the Osprey? Oh, he's just flying around like a totally accurate plane would, right? Imagine if Tabs actually incorporated like Air Force units other than... Oh man, that's some real good firepower. Wait till you see this. We're gonna have Air Force versus Air Force. All right, so... Oh, I guess I double popped it. Oh, well, you know what? It's totally accurate. It's gonna be fun. And then the Vikings have the Valkyries, right? So I wanna see if these Valkyries are gonna fly up and attack the drones that are firing their Hellfire missiles, but also if they can fly up and attack the planes, which it doesn't look like they are. But look at these 4 paratroopers. Oh my god. Okay. All right, 2 planes dropping in paratroopers. Those Hellfire missiles took out so much of the Valkyries. I mean, if there were mythological animals ever, you know, like that actually existed as opposed to being just myth, I think that firepower probably took him out, right? This is amazing. I love this. Oh my god, it looked like his head flew off. Okay, is he survived? The frame rates are absolutely crazy, but the Valkyries are going out here. But eventually they're going to get cut down by bullets. And that is the Air Forces versus the Air Forces, man. Look at this. Ah! Can you imagine being some, like, regular human dude When you got a gun and you're like, yeah, man, my gun's pretty good. There are many guns, but this one's mine. And then there's like dudes with like angel wings flying around trying to cut you up with a sword. I'd be pretty terrified. I would definitely shoot at them too. But the modern faction has conquered. Now it's the siege of Mount Olympus. The modern faction is bringing in, just getting everybody. Here's their commander, the lieutenant. They've got grenades, shields, twin Uzis. But remember, Mount Olympus looks pretty well defended. This battle should be absolutely ridiculous and totally accurate. And here's Zeus, the leader of the free forces. If the modern faction beat him, they're gonna have to fight the dynasty, the spooky, and even the secret unit armada. And it's like, why are they in armada? Isn't armada a bunch of boats? I don't know, I didn't make the rules. It's this guy reading the script after all, and he's a rock. Our frame rates are maybe 3 right now, it feels like. The Siege of Olympus is just too epic, I think. Alright, let's do it in real time and just see what is actually happening. Not a whole lot. I'm surprised my game didn't break. Okay, this doesn't exactly work. Now, this should be pretty epic. A bunch of hoplites charging down the stairs leading to Zeus's temple, or is it Medusa's? The lieutenant is leading the army. They came in through the gates, I guess, a little bit uncontested. So let's see this. This should be a lot more manageable on my computer without the fear of crashing or frame rate drop. Grenades are being... Oh man, I was about to say grenades were being Kobe'd out, and that just got me a little sad. Well, they're being Kobe'd out because that was a beautiful shot. Anyway, back to less sad things, unless you consider all these hoplites getting gunned down. Oh my god, what is happening? There's so much firepower being like funneled into this stairwell that everything is pretty much getting insta-deathed, which is not good if you're on the other side of, you know, insta-death. Look at this. These guys are just like taunting them now. Hey dude, what's up? I'm reloading right now. And then the P90 guy's in the back camping, you know, to Dust 2. He's in that one spot where you just hate. And Zeus, man, Zeus is dead. He's holding his lightning bolts, or he's taking a nap. Guys, will the modern faction conquer all of Tabs? Let me know if you guys want to see more. We got to see some air forces, some incredible stuff. The modernization faction was updated, and they've got a lot more to show off. So if you guys want to see more, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.